Scratch of the 11, third in the Jessamine. That makes her 84 to 1 in here.
That's your post parade for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. Time now for our DRF formulator fact with regard to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. Do note that you have just 7 minutes to post if you'd like to play this 8th race on the program. Exacta Trifecta, Superfecta, Pick 3 Daily Double, and Super High 5 wagering all available. So we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up the 4-horse, Free Look. She's trained by Chad Brown. He has won 5 of the 11 runnings of this race since it was brought onto the Breeders' Cup program. And the fact from formulator, trainer Chad Brown and jockey Flavien Prat are 18 for their last 56. That's good enough for 32% with a $2.28 ROI with turf routers in graded stakes races. You're getting a beautiful price on this filly right now, Simon. Yeah, that's a great price, 7 to 1. I take that all day long, especially with those statistics that you're pointing out. It's Chad Brown, it's the Miss Grillo we talked about, and again, I don't think she handled the soft turf that day, and she gets Flavien Prat aboard, gets a good post. A lot of positives here with Free Look. 7 to 1 as she continues her warm-up, and you know, Flavien Prat and Chad Brown started to team up a little bit when he was still based on the West Coast. That relationship was a huge part of the reason Flavien decided to pick up his tack in movies. Yeah, I think it was 99% of the relationship. He had the support of Chad Brown. To uproot your business, your career, your family, and go to the East Coast, you need good support, and he had the support of Chad Brown. So, you know, he's really established himself on the East Coast here and got a big look here with the 4. We're looking at the 1 right now, 19 to 1 on Comanche Country. She's 3 for 3 since coming stateside. Is she good enough against this group? She's been very impressive. The thing I look to, and then Richie can jump in here, she was beaten 7 lengths by Meditate the last time she ran in Europe. So to me, all she's doing is enhancing the credentials maybe of Meditate. You would imagine so. The fact that she is on her best form, going to have to find a great deal to overturn that form with Meditate. The only question mark for me, though, Simon, is just whether or not Meditate is going to be in her best form today. If she's not, she's clearly going to be very vulnerable. She doesn't have, I don't think, that much in hand of her rivals to say she can allow herself to run a couple of pounds below par. And to Comanche Country, Christina, she's been very impressive on the West Coast. I think post position's going to be tough for her to try and navigate a trip. She likes to sit and come from off the pace. I would say the West Coast fillies of this division, probably not quite as strong as the East Coast. 18 to 1 on Comanche Country. What about Meditate and just her professionalism, Richie? I'm noticing, looking out at the racetrack, she seems to be very well within herself and almost confident in her own right as she just walks out there as if she's been here her whole life. Yeah, and it's interesting, all week she's always been the last of the O'Brien 7 runners. When they've all come out, she's always the last one to come out. She's the last one out on the track. She's the last one back in the quarantine barn. And she does everything very easily. She's very, very well behaved, which is great. But it also allows that demeanor of, it looks sometimes to me that maybe she's not buzzing as she was in the early part of the season. Now, it's also true that Aidan O'Brien tends to have his horses all well behaved. I mean, if you're lucky enough ever to go to Ballydoyle and see the horses, they're all well behaved. Nothing ever behaves out of order. And he takes every precaution to make sure that they're in good shape. She's clearly in good shape. But I don't know if you remember the interview he did earlier in the week where he said, we've given her every opportunity to back out of competing at the Breeders' Cup. And every time we've asked the question, she's answered positively, which is why we're here today. Only find out for real when the gates open. I think it's a positive that she behaves like she does. She's well traveled. She takes care of herself. She takes care of herself. She's well traveled. She's been to what, 6 races, 3 different tracks. So we'll see how it plays. The trip's going to be key for her. Let's get to Gabby Gaudet for more.
Well, I know you're biased, but what do you think of Comanche Country on the board right now at 22 to 1?
I think it's a great price. I mean, she's done nothing wrong since she's been in the U.S., but I think the reason she's 22 to 1 is people know she needs to step up her game. She's got a great post, shortest way around. Rispoli really knows her well, and there's a little bit of speed in here, so it could set up nicely for her to make that late run.
What's her best attribute in your opinion?
I think her mind. Nothing bothers her. We call her the alien. She's a lot of fun. We want to know what's going on in there. She chases butterflies, but today she's calm. She's got her game face on, and I think that's her best quality.
That's very important. Good luck, Billy.
Thank you, Gabby.
How about it, Simon? Can we get another Singletary moment where they're jumping off the rafters here if Little Red Feather wins a Breeders' Cup race?
One of the signature moments in Breeders' Cup history. That was Billy Koch, a Little Red Feather, by the way. Yeah, with that Singletary's victory in the mile back at Lone Star. Singletary. Do you remember
Everybody
that?
knows the cheer.
Yeah, the Singletary cheer. It reverberated all around Texas.
Has this got anything to do with bourbon again?
There probably was a little bourbon involved prior to the cheering, and certainly some after the fact, as anybody who will be celebrating tonight. Let's get back to the sort of subject of the pace. Gabby bringing it up in that interview. I think Kidra, the 13, is naturally the fastest in this group. And you heard Phil Bauer say, in an ideal circumstance, that's where she would be. That post position is not the ideal circumstance for where he wants her to be placed. Do they rush her and try to clear this group?
I don't know whether, well, then you look at the rider, Julian Lepro. I mean, historically, I'm not saying he doesn't want to be on the lead, but he's a rider that doesn't end up on the lead very often. I don't think he's as comfortable there as coming from off the pace. But whether they try to get there, Christina, by default, they might find themselves there. They might just flop out of the gate and find themselves on the front end.
We have not given any attention to the filly to their outside, Basil Martini, the daughter of Star Spangled Banner. She's very classy. Rishi, I thought looking at her last races, the Curra, even in that victory, you could see that she didn't really care for the ground. She fought for every stride and really called on her guts for that victory.
And it's what she's shown in the majority of her races. The one question mark for me about her is the fact that she is drawn out in stall 14 and she generally likes to race handy. There is a bit of pace on her inside. There are other horses that like to lead. So is she going to be hooked up wide going around the turn, or is she going to have to do something that she hasn't done before and sit a little bit off the pace right through the race and have to come late, because it's not been her general MO through a race.
We thought the Singletary celebrations were good. If Michael Ivarone wins this race, I don't know whether you're familiar with.
Oh yes, I am familiar with this. At least is he dressed quite
conservatively?
sharply?
International man of mystery.
Yeah,
yes.
You guys go to the same tailor, don't you?
Not anymore. Not after you just said what you said. I'm calling my tailor now. Hello?
Good luck to the Ivarones. They're big champions of the game. Always so generous with their time, and also towards all of our various charities in racing. They really care about the horses. Basil Martini to the outside. The 14 is a big 47-1. All right, looks like we've just about reached the gate. Have we forgotten anybody? Are we missing any long shots in here? Spirit Gal, we didn't give much extra attention to. Can she win today?
I actually think she can. I keep looking at those odds and think 23-1. I think she's a great bet, win, play, show. I think she's got plenty of talent already proven. She's beaten colts. She's beaten a good colt last time in Cairo. As you heard from Charles Fipke, he came out and won a Group 3 in Ireland, the Killer Vullen Stakes. And she is kind on the lead. She's raced handily. And if she doesn't lead, she doesn't have to drop back too far because she can sit on the pace without over racing. So I like Spirit Gal.
She makes her own luck, and she has the American rider Ricardo Santana Jr. in the saddle. Okay, top pick, Simon. Who wins?
I'm going with the 10 to the outside here. I'm going with Meditate.
Rishi?
I think Spirit Gal will hit the tins, will hit the boards, but I think Meditate is the one to beat. But it's a question as to whether or not the Meditate that we saw dazzling in the summer is still the Meditate that's lining up for this race.
She is the 2-1 post-time favorite as they head into the gate for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. Good luck and enjoy.
They are at the post. And they're off in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. There goes Spirit Gal from between horses out for the early lead. Manhattan Jungle is there. Delight up on the outside. Cairo Consort away running fourth down toward the inside. Spirit Gal is the leader as they head into the first turn. Spirit Gal stays outward from the rail, leads the field into the first turn. Cairo Consort hugs the rail, moves up in second. Manhattan Jungle third. Free Look is fourth. Delight moves by from fifth on the outside. Be Your Best is in sixth. Comanche Country is in seventh against the rail. Bling is a wide eighth heading onto the backstretch. Pleasant Passage is in ninth between horses. Last Call 10th toward the inside. Meditate is 11th in between horses, headed up the backstretch, running 9 lengths from the front. Kidra to her outside is in 12th. Basil Martini 13th, and Midnight Mile last to the 14. 23.19 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Spirit Gal leading Manhattan Jungle by a length to the far turn. Cairo Consort is third toward the inside. 47.6 seconds the time for the first half mile. Delight is fourth on the outside, 2 lengths from the lead. Free Look is in fifth. Be your best, and then Bling. Bling is wide, moves up into the 5th position now, still 5 from the front though. Meditate has 7 to make up, has to go toward the center of the course, top of the lane. Spirit Gal, Manhattan Jungle comes after her. That's the battle for the lead. Delight, and then Bling on the outside, and Meditate down the center of the course. Last call is in tight and behind horses down toward the rail, and Meditate's just sailing right on. Meditate just rolls on by for the lead, has the advantage out to nearly 5 lengths. Pleasant Passage runs late to second. Meditate to win it for Ryan Moore. Pleasant Passage was across the line in second. Multiple horse photo for third. 1 minute 35.38 seconds.
A powerful performance going on to victory today. Meditate by open lengths in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. Aidan O'Brien, Ryan Moore going home with the win.
Aidan O'Brien's asked every single question, trying to see if she wouldn't come in. She's answered all of them, and she answered them big time today.
Yeah, she wanted it.
Yep.
And the beauty about it looked to me as if she's improved for the step up and trip as well,
yeah,
which bodes well for the future. But also the way she moved in that latter part of the race, it just showed a filly who's remarkable. She had her first run back in April, and she's maintained a high level of form all the way through the season.
I mean, she was 4 wide there turning for home, Haley about 4 behind her. Ryan Moore tipped it to the outside for the clean path, and she just leveled off here. Once he threw a couple of crosses at her, I don't think she ever felt the persuader there. But
she's got her ears pricked.
Yeah, absolutely annihilated this group here.
Finishing well in behind her was the 5 Pleasant Passage for Shug McGahee. First defeat of her career. She was 2 for 2 coming into the race today. And then a photo in behind. Meditate coming from the back of the pack really is a 2-to-1 favorite to win this race for Michael Tabor, Derek Smith, and the Magners. Congratulations to the winning connections at 2-to-1. She also, I noticed, just really shut it down once they hit the wire. She's so smart.
Yes.
She doesn't do anything more than she has to. She was clearly the best in here, explodes across the wire, and then just throws her ears up as if she knows, job done.
Pro, total
Let's
pro.
head back to the barn for dinner.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what, I was saying during the week. She's the last one to come out and has always looked so relaxed and almost to
Maybe
the point
she's
where
meditating.
What a great name.
Yeah.
It's possible that she may well have been named after that demeanor. But what I like about her is that every race that she's turned up in so far, she gives you everything in the actual race itself. So, they've got a wonderful horse to go and campaign next season. I imagine the 1,000 guineas at Newmarket would be
on the
shot
agenda.
for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she just looks so professional.
One more look at the isolated replay. I mean, I don't know if Ryan Moore ever really had to do much encouraging with her.
Hands
Throws
and
a few
heels.
crosses, hands and heels across the wire. They've settled that photo for the horses in behind her. Gosh, look at the acceleration late, too. I mean, just bursting clear. Meditate for this win at 2-to-1. Pleasant Passage, second, 6-to-1. Cairo Consort would outrun her odds today to finish third, followed by Midnight Mile, the other European. And then Free Look, the 4 for Chad Brown, Flavien Prat. There was a lot of traffic trouble along the rail for a lot of horses trying to finish today, about the 16th pole. I think Free Look took the worst of it.
Yes, I like to see that Miss Grillo form held up with both Pleasant Passage and Free Look in there. Cairo Consort ran a big race, but yes, Meditate, 1-horse race. Very, very impressive.
No one going to catch Meditate today as we see Ryan Moore being interviewed on his way back. Congratulations to the breeders of this daughter of No Nay Never, Rhinestone Bloodstock, Lynch and Badges. Congratulations to everyone involved here. She's out of the De La Connie mare Pembina. Congratulations once more. Now 5 for 7 lifetime is Meditate, the daughter of No Nay Never. So
Look
what
at her
happens?
walking back. It's like
She's sleeping.
She's completely, you're right, meditating. Look at her.
A true professional out there as your winner, and now a Breeders' Cup winner. The Juvenile Fillies Turf goes to Meditate. We have an overhead look for you as well. We'll take a look from the drone up above the course here. And you'll see her moving to the outside. It's going to be a pretty dramatic move once Ryan Moore does try to let her go and just turn her loose.
Wow.
Look at her burst from this pack.
I mean, the key to North American races on the dirt, they run upside down. Yeah. Fast early, slow late. Turf racing, it's slow early, fast late. She exploded late. I think she picked her front legs up 3 times and she opened up 2 lengths on the field.
That was an extremely impressive performance. I mean, you'll have to look through the form and say, okay, she's beaten them very convincingly. And the horses that she's beaten in terms of the Euros, we know they're a good bunch, but they're not the best bunch that we'll see next season. But what she's done suggests that she might actually be better over this slightly further distance. Aidan O'Brien, I think that's his 14th Breeders' Cup win from 163 runners. And obviously the two winners so far for the Euros, Charlie Appleby, William Buick, Godolphin, and the other, Aidan O'Brien, Ryan Moore, and the Coolmore Ballygirl team.
Some things never change.
Plus ça change.
Plus ça change, oui.
Meditate makes her way back to the winner's circle where we will have the trophy presentation. She also has a lot of size to her. I mean, look at the frame on this filly. You think what could be for her going forward as she continues to grow physically and to develop?
Well, I mean, looking at her, she's had a busy season. She's had 6 starts. We know that O'Brien campaign, I mean, they're pretty aggressive. They run their horses, and the fact she's ended up here in November carrying that type of condition, and it's a testament to Aidan what Rishi said. They were looking for reasons not to bring her. She had to kind of punch her own ticket, tell them, tout to the connections that, look, I got a 2-year-old and I want to run. And they did the right thing, and she touted herself.
Pleasant Passage finishing second for Shug McGahee. They have to be very pleased with that. She's done nothing wrong in her first few starts of her career. Cairo Consort, bit of a surprise for Nathan Squires, the daughter of Cairo Prince, really stepping up her form today.
Yeah, absolutely. She ran very, very well. Coming up then from Woodbine, and then Free Look, you know, maintaining that form of the Miss Grillo.
Popular win here, as you can see, those Coolmore Silks out on the racetrack. Congratulations once more to the connections of Meditate. Here's a look at those prices, $6.08 back if you supported her on top. Pleasant Passage, $6.24 for the place. Cairo Consort checking in third at $9.78 for the show. It's official in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies.
And they're off in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf. There goes Spirit Gal from Between Horses out for the early lead. Manhattan Jungle is there. Delight up on the outside. Cairo Consort away running fourth down toward the inside. Spirit Gal is the leader as they head into the first turn. Spirit Gal stays outward from the rail, leads the field into the first turn. Cairo Consort hugs the rail, moves up in second. Manhattan Jungle third. Free Look is fourth. Delight moves by from fifth on the outside. Be Your Best is in sixth. Comanche Country is in seventh against the rail. Bling is a wide eighth heading onto the backstretch. Pleasant Passage is in ninth Between Horses. Last Call 10th toward the inside. Meditate is 11th in Between Horses, headed up the backstretch, running 9 lengths from the front. Kidgera to her outside is in 12th. Basil Martini 13th, and Midnight Mile last of the 14. 23.19 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Spirit Gal leading Manhattan Jungle by a length to the far turn. Cairo Consort is third toward the inside. 47.6 seconds the time for the first half mile. Delight is fourth on the outside, 2 lengths from the lead. Free Look is in fifth. Be Your Best, and then Bling. Bling is wide, moves up into the fifth position now, still 5 from the front though. Meditate has 7 to make up, has to go toward the center of the course, top of the lane. Spirit Gal, Manhattan Jungle comes after her. That's the battle for the lead. Delight, and then Bling on the outside, and Meditate down the center of the course. Last Call is in tight and behind horses down toward the rail, and Meditate's just sailing right on. Meditate just rolls on by for the lead, has the advantage out to nearly 5 lengths. Pleasant Passage runs late to second. Meditate to win it for Ryan Moore. Pleasant Passage was across the line in second. Multiple horse photo for third. 1 minute 35.38 seconds.
A spectacular performance from Meditate to win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. To make the presentation, I'm joined by the Vice Chairman of Breeders' Cup, Anthony Beck, who has very fond memories of this race because you won it 2 years ago with Sharing, Anthony. And I'd like you to present the trophy to representatives of the ownership group here. Michael Tabor, of course, we've been here many times before. MV Magna, Tom Magna, JP Magna, Anne-Marie O'Brien, the whole Coolmore team are here. Anthony.
Congratulations. No stranger to the winner's circle. Amazing, amazing race. Well done.
Now, Michael, your trainer, Aidan O'Brien, Michael just said who. He credited you with coming up with a plan to run in this race.
Yeah,
Are you happy to take the credit?
He's that type of guy. He never takes the credit himself. He always gives it to somebody else. But it's true. Actually, it was JP Magna and myself. We discussed it, and I said, and he agreed, this made for this track. Absolutely. And Aidan, of course, agreed, and if he hadn't have agreed, it wouldn't have run.
You've had so many great results in this state, from Thunder Gulch winning the Kentucky Derby. You've won Breeders' Cups with High Chaparral and so many more. Is it still special? Does a victory like this still resonate with you?
Absolutely. If it didn't, it wouldn't be here. Simple as that. It certainly does.
I hope that you are here for many years to come.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Congratulations all.
Thank you very much.
Michael Tabor, no need to think about it. Meditate is a serious filly, Ahmed. All you.
It's time to bet the race, and FanDuel Racing has entered the starting gate. Download the FanDuel Racing app, and you're off. It's super easy to use from the start. Make every moment more with tools to help you win on the inside. Watch out for great promos and easy deposits. And here comes fast payouts. It's super easy to use. It's fast payouts. It's super easy. There's no doubt about it. The best place to bet is FanDuel Racing.
New customers bet the Breeders' Cup and get up to $100 back if your horse doesn't win.
A Grade 1 winner of nearly $2 million, Silver State hails from the sire line of legendary Claiborne stallion Danzig. And his second dam is full sister to Kentucky Derby winner Monarchos. After winning the Oaklawn Handicap, Silver State defeated Knicks Go in the Grade 1 Metropolitan Handicap. On the board in 12 of 14 starts from ages 2 to 4, his career included a 6-race winning streak. Grade 1 winner Silver State, standing at Claiborne Farm.
Consistently versatile with 25 Grade 1 winners on every surface, from 6 furlongs to 1 1/4 miles, all over the world.
Switzerland in the Dubai Golden Shaheen. Switzerland wins.
Churls Fight running on. Mason in front. Churls Fight on the outside. At the wire. Photo for the win.
Olympiad gets the gold in the Jockey Club Gold Cup.
All purpose, all places, all power. Speightstown.
This is a Kentucky Thoroughbred. This is a Kentucky-built Powerfoil industrial fan. Like a Thoroughbred, it too delivers unrivaled performance. And while they both run with purpose and pride, this one runs to keep your workforce feeling cool and comfortable.